Ministry of Health in August 2024 wrote a letter asking for the interns to apply, whoever qualified, and it was open letter. It was an open letter. They did not specify which years, so long as you have finished and you are supposed to do an internship. Now, the challenge came in when these interns started applying. They applied, they went to the different councils, they paid their money, and they were given license, temporary license for practice. Now, the other challenge which I have here, which you should, the government should know, is that the same interns, they were subjected to an induction by Ministry of Health. All of them, those who applied. First of all, remember, these people went to pay, and they are granted permission from their councils. And now here, you have called them, come for induction. If you are called for induction, it means that you have been accepted to do the internship, because they are going to tell you exactly what you are going to do in various facilities. And remember, the council issue only the certificate which expires 1 year. So upon paying your money, they give you a license of 1 year. Now, the government, through the Ministry of Health, had their budget of 35 billion shillings to cater for 2,286 internees, including SHOs. Now, out of that budget, I think it was underestimated, because the interns which were supposed to be there is 2,706, the total number. Now, what is our concern here as professionals? First of all, the letter was open. It did not specify that how many the ministry wants, from which year to which year. And another letter comes from the ministry saying that we are only taking 2023, those who qualified 2023. And before. Meaning that 2021, 2022, and 2023. Now, those who qualified 2024 were inducted and were given licenses. So where are we taking this group? Because they have paid already their money and their licenses are going to be expired. So our concern to the government, and particularly Ministry of Health and the Parliament of this country, that this balance of 2024, where are they going? Because their licenses are going to be expired. Number two, our concern is that there was a letter that the Ministry of Health issued in August still, and says that the priority of considering the interns of 2024 went to tender surgeons and pharmacists who work in government. Let me tell you this. When we are in school, all of us, regardless of who sponsored who. But again, it is painful for the parent to sponsor the child. This one of government was even not a priority. The person who has spent money over 20 million shillings on a student should get the priority to go for internship. Now you are leaving them out and you say, because this was under government scholarship. No. When you have inducted me, when you have called me, you have licensed me for 1 year, and you leave me out because you have government students. It doesn't work like that. Then you should have said this term or this routine this year is for government only. Then another schedule is for private. Because the peasants there suffer a lot to pay a lot of money at the medical school. We pay a lot of money in medical schools. That's why we are very pissed about it as my son to be out of the bracket when you have given us opportunity to apply. So it was not correct. And this thing should be corrected because it should not just becoming as a discrimination in the nation. There's nothing that we can we should embrace of the discrimination in this country. We are all equal, and all students went to school, and we need justice for everybody. This is injustice by saying that the priority went to, because 2024 there are also nurses who are private, doctors who are private, but they have given them licenses and they were supposed to go into internship. I understand that the deadline is today, and now here we are. So against that background, we are calling upon government to consider the 1,111 interns to go for internship. Because even the government, when through Ministry of Health, realized that the money, so the 5 billion was not enough, they requested Parliament another addition of 18 billion 813 600, so that this money could gather for 1,111 of those who have remained behind. Course of action, I may not say it now until our letter is replied. We are writing a letter to the Deputy Speaker on this matter, and if the government could hurry and handle it tomorrow on Monday in the cabinet, then we shall raise our case. But if there's no outcome on Monday from the cabinet, then we are also seeking audience by Parliament, and then as I told you, by Friday we should get a way forward, and we raise our case by Friday. You see, why we are concerned on 2024 is that they should have stopped everyone 2023. But because the letter was also open, the 2024 people applied. Then another scenario which happens here in these letters of the Ministry of Health, that they awarded the 2024, some cohort, some few, to go for internship because they were sponsored by government. So that's why we are saying that no, we should not allow such a scenario to happen. When you close that 2024, whether you are sponsored by government or you are private, you limit yourselves in 2023. But if you sneak some few from 2024, what about others now? They will complain, and that's their cry, that why the ministry considered this sponsored student than us who paid from our pockets, from our parents, money, and we qualified together.
But also I want to share with you that it is not correct for the ministry to argue that they don't have enough specialists to supervise these internees. The internees of nurse and midwives are supervised by senior nursing officer, graduate nursing officer, and the principal. Those professionals are there on the ground. So it is not correct for them to say that they are not taking on enough internees because they don't have specialists. The interaction percentage of internees with specialists is minimal. Therefore, that one we don't buy it. The Ministry of Public Service issued an overarching circular standing instruction which argues that all the people who qualify from training institutions must undergo internship. And the guidelines are very clear, and they are there. It is also objective number 8 of the Uganda Constitution stipulates that resources must be well distributed among the sectors. This sector of health is one of the sectors which is supposed to get part of the national resources. Objective 8 of the Constitution. So are they now abating that objective? Furthermore, it is going to weaken the profession. Now we are creating another kind of standard. These are professionals who underwent internship. These are professionals who did undergo what? That one is, we can't buy it as a union, and we don't support that. So this people should come on board and be. And then, very important, when you are issuing a policy, you don't wake up and say, I'm stopping to fund this. You bring it through the regular, the policy evolution process, starting from the affected, going to the sector, going to the parliamentary sector subcommittee, and then being brought to the plenary. So it is not conceivable that one minister can wake up and say, we are not able to do this because it is a policy already in place. You need to know, lastly, that these interns constitute almost 60% of the workforce in health facilities. So if they are not being enrolled, being subject to internship, who is going to support the health sector? That means that we are subjecting the health of the public to a risk which is not good. So I'm the Union Human Resource Management Specialist.
My name is Dr. Semakula James Joel, a medical doctor waiting for internship, a pre-intern doctor. We did some statistics and we found out that final year students right now in the universities, about 2,700. Now, if we do not go right now, the number next year will be about 3,800, almost 4,000. But what are we saying to the government right now? If they feel the burden of the allowances is too big, we're saying internship only lasts 1 year. And what we can advise them to do is to waive taxes of this internship money so that it can cater for more people. A directive came from the president in 2021 that interns were to be paid 2.5 million. That only happened under one cohort, and then it was sliced to 1 million. But even then, the other day the minister was saying that for one intern they were budgeting for them 1.3, with 300,000 going as taxes. Now, if the taxes was waived, more money will be available for more interns, and we're advising the people in the finance department or the finance ministry to look into that. And actually it's government that stands to benefit from all this, because the faster the interns are rolled out, the faster they get into formal employment, and if those don't get into formal employment, they will start up clinics. The other day we were celebrating the Youth Day, and we've been talking about the unemployment issue that's gripping this nation. If the interns are done with their internship, they'll get the licenses, and some of them will start up clinics. These will be sources of employment to other workers, including these other people. And on top of that, still the government will get taxes out of this. So actually the government stands to benefit from a timely deployment of all interns. And we beseech the cabinet and parliament to seriously consider giving a supplementary of 18.7 billion so that all interns can be deployed immediately.